Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Dallas boys basketball. Head coach Doug Miller joining us right now. Well, Doug, tell us about your excitement for the season getting underway this coming weekend.
Well, thanks for having me on, John. We're really excited about the season coming up. We have a strong roster of seniors this year. I have 3 kids who have played. This will be their 4th year getting some varsity playing time. 2 of them are 3-year starters, so we're very excited about the upcoming season.
Let's start out at the guard position for you, Coach. Tell us about the guys you have coming back in that area and what type of shooters and what type of players they are when they hit the court.
Okay. Matt Ross is our shooting guard. Like I said, he's one of our 3-year starters. He's been on the floor since he's been a freshman. Very seasoned player. We're looking for big things from him this year. Point guard position is going to be run by Tanner Cattuso. He's a junior. Strong leadership skills. Just works hard. Does everything you want a point guard to do. We're looking at the forward position, Omar Nijme. Again, another kid that's been around. This is his 3rd year as a starter. Played some varsity time for the last 4 years. Expecting big things from him. Definitely our top defender. Really, if we need to lock somebody down, Omar's the guy to do the job for us. And our big guys inside with sophomore Michael Farrell, very athletic for his size. He's 6'5", so about 250, 260. Just tough to move inside, very athletic though. And Alan Fell, he's a senior, 6'6" center. He's again another player that's a 3-year varsity player. And just expecting big things from him. He's developed an outside game this year. So we're looking forward to the season.
Well, it sounds like you got a couple of football guys in there, and then they had some success this season, and they bring a little bit of grit. Talk about that transition. And, sometimes getting athletes that play other sports could be helpful in some regard, and then you get your other basketball guys that are hitting the gym pretty hard.
Yeah, it's always a good mix. The football players, they bring a toughness and an intensity, and it usually takes a week or 2 to get them into basketball shape and also to get their shot back. But all of them come put a little extra time in once the season started, and so they're back into basketball shape, got the shot back, and ready to go. But it's nice having kids that play basketball year round, but it's also nice to be able to mix the other kids in and just to see what it creates.
Doug Miller, Dallas boys basketball here on the John Mendola Show. Doug, how about philosophy-wise? Tell us about the guys you have this year, what you're trying to do with this team as far as, when you hit the court and taking on some of these teams in the exhibition schedule before you get to the league play.
We're looking to push the ball. We're looking to get up and down the court at a fast pace, try to get some easy things to happen. And, everything starts with our defense. Our philosophy, into the year last year, and we've continued to say, we want to focus on a couple things. We want to defend, we want to rebound, and we want to hustle and also play together on offense. And, if we do those 4 simple things, we think we're going to be pretty successful. So we've just been trying to continue to focus on those, but it definitely all starts at the defensive end and, trying to create easy things on the offensive end for us.
How about as far as the league this year early on? What are you hearing about the teams that are going to be competitive? And you guys figured to be one of those teams in that mix.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of parity, I think, in Division 1 of the Wyoming Valley Conference this year. Hazleton's always tough, just their sheer size. I mean, they're 4 times bigger student body-wise than Dallas is. Crestwood is always tough. Pittston, Allen does a good job of Pittston with his kids. Valley West, Coughlin, Titanic, Barwick. It's going to be a tough division, but I think there's going to be some surprises this year on any given night. I think there's a lot of parity, and everybody's going to have to show up for every game to play.
Doug Miller here at Dallas, talking about the boys basketball team. Coach, as far as defensively, do you guys mix it up a little bit? Do you play zone? Do you like to play man-to-man? Is there anything other than man-to-man? Like, some coaches, they just want to sit back in a zone, or it depends on some of the talent that they play in the league and what those teams do.
Yeah, it really depends on a lot of. Anytime somebody asks that, what do you prefer to play? And usually my answer is we usually prefer to play whatever we can play to win. Sometimes that means we can play man. Sometimes we can't match up. We have to play zone. Sometimes it creates something, totally different with the matchup, and we have to go with the junk defense. So, like I said, we're kind of whatever it takes to win, whatever we think gives us the best advantage, a night in, night out. But I think obviously, if you can play a great man-to-man defense, you can pretty much do anything. You can move to a zone, you can move to traps, you can move to any type of junk defense. But but it all definitely starts there. It starts there. If you're not defensively tough, you're going to have a long season.
Well, Dallas should be defensively tough. Some size in the middle and some athleticism, and the guys that have played some other sports as well. So look forward to seeing the Mountaineers hit the floor this season for 2014-15. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thanks, John.
Doug Miller, Dallas boys basketball here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.